It's Friday night at Le Velvet Room, the most exclusive bar in the city. I'm behind the counter, 7 hours into my shift, feet screaming in cheap heels, lower back on fire, wiping the same mahogany spot for the 100th time. The air smells of top-shelf whiskey, lemon cleaner, and the kind of perfume that costs more per ounce than I make in an hour. Marcus, my favorite regular, is at the end of the bar again, trying and failing to fold a cocktail napkin into an origami crane. "You just invented the world's saddest accordion," I tease, sliding him another craft beer. "It's abstract expressionism," he protests Marcus, holding up the mangled paper like it's a Picasso. "You wouldn't understand my vision." I actually laugh, a real one, the first in weeks. For 30 glorious seconds, the weight of overdue rent and mom's hospital bills lifts. Then the temperature in the room drops 5 degrees. I feel it before I see it. The air thickens, conversations hush, bodies part like the Red Sea. My skin prickles. Instinct screams predator. And there he is, Luca Valenti. He moves through the crowd like he owns gravity itself. Charcoal Tom Ford suit cut, so sharp it could slice glass. Dark hair deliberately tousled, jawline carved from marble, and eyes so black they swallow the light. 30, maybe 32, but with the lethal authority of a man twice his age. 2 silent bodyguards flank him, thick-necked, scanning every corner. His gaze sweeps the room once, clinical, calculating, then locks on me. The impact is physical. My stomach flips, pulse rockets. Every alarm bell in my body screams run. But I can't move. His stare pins me like a butterfly to cork. Beautiful. Elegant. Absolutely lethal. He starts walking straight toward the bar. Toward me. The scent hits first, bergamot, cedar, and something darker, gunpowder or raw power. My hands tremble on the counter. I press them flat, trying to hide it. He stops 3 feet away. Close enough that the heat radiating off him brushes my skin. "Why were you smiling at him?" His voice is velvet over steel, low enough that I have to lean in to hear, cultured with the faintest Italian roll on the R's. I blink. "What?" He tilts his head toward Marcus without breaking eye contact. "You were smiling at him. Why?" The possessiveness in that single question steals my breath. I've never seen this man in my life. He's irregular. "We were joking. It's my job to be friendly." "Friendly," he repeats, tasting the word like it's poison. 1 bodyguard shifts. I glimpse the bulge of a holster. Then, calm as stating the weather. "You work here Tuesday through Saturday, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. You live in Riverside, 3rd floor corner unit. Your mother is in Mercy General, room 4012, stage 3 lung cancer. Treatment's failing. Landlord filed eviction papers yesterday. You eat 1 meal a day, whatever the kitchen throws out at closing. Each fact is a knife between my ribs. How do you? Because you're mine to know, Sophia." My name in his mouth is a brand. "I don't even know who you are." Luca Valenti. The name hits like a slap. Everyone in this city has heard whispers, Valenti family, ports, territory, bodies that disappear when they cross the wrong line, that I swallow. "I need you to leave." "No," he says softly. "You need me to stay. You just don't know it yet." Marcus finally notices, stands too fast. "Sophia, everything okay?" Luca turns his head slowly. Doesn't speak. Just looks. Marcus goes white, throws a 20 on the bar and vanishes. Luca turns back to me. Better. My phone buzzes. Mercy General, payment overdue, treatment suspended. I stare at the screen. He knew. He timed it. "What do you want from me?" My voice cracks. His expression softens a fraction. "Everything. But we'll start with dinner tomorrow. 7 p.m. I'll send a car. And if I say no?" "You won't." He walks away. The crowd closes behind him like water. My phone buzzes again. Bank alert. Plus $50, 000 anonymous deposit. The message underneath. "For your mother. No strings. But I'll still see you at 7. I stare at the numbers until they blur. He's just bought the first thread of the rope that will tie me to him forever. Imagine the exact moment everything tips. It's 7 p.m. sharp. A knock echoes through my crumbling hallway like a gunshot. My heart stops. I know who sent him before I even open the door. Marco stands there, salt and pepper hair perfect even at this hour, suit immaculate, expression unreadable. Miss Sophia. Mr. Valenti sent me. I hesitate for half a heartbeat. One last chance to slam the door, to pretend last night was a fever dream, but the memory of Mom's latest hospital bill flashes behind my eyes. I step into the hallway. The chain lock rattles like cheap jewelry when I close the door behind me. The Mercedes waiting at the curb is blacker than the night itself, windows tinted so dark they reflect my terrified face back at me. Marco opens the rear door with white-gloved hands. I slide across butter-soft leather that smells like money and cedar. The partition rises silently, sealing me in scented darkness. The city outside becomes a blur of neon and rain-slick streets as we glide through neighborhoods I've only ever seen from the wrong side of the bus window. We stop in front of a building that doesn't advertise its existence. No name, no number, just a discreet brass plaque and a doorman who looks ex-special forces. The elevator is private, mirrored walls reflecting infinite versions of me in my thrift store black dress and scuffed heels. My stomach in knots, palms damp. The doors open directly into Luca Valenti's penthouse, and there he is, backlit by floor-to-ceiling windows, the city glittering like scattered diamonds at his feet. Shirt sleeves rolled to the elbow, revealing corded forearms and the edge of that black Valenti family crest tattoo. He's at the stove, of all places, stirring something that smells like garlic, white wine, and sin. The sight is so domestic it's obscene. "You came," he says without turning around, voice low, pleased, possessive. I find my voice somewhere near my knees. Did I have a choice? He turns then, dark eyes pinning me in place. "There's always a choice, Sophia. You're here because you made one." He plates seafood linguine with the precision of a surgeon. Plump prawns, perfect al dente pasta, sauce so silky it catches the light. Pours wine the color of garnets into crystal glasses older than both of us combined. We eat at a table that probably costs more than my mother's entire treatment plan. The food is flawless. I barely taste it. Halfway through the meal, I can't hold it in anymore. Isabel came to see me tonight. His fork pauses an inch from his mouth. "Did she?" "She says she's your fiancé." He sets the fork down with deliberate care. "She was an arrangement. Our families decided when we were 12. Ports for distribution. Power consolidation. Old world thinking." His gaze never leaves mine. "I ended it the night I walked into your bar and saw you smile at another man." Just like that. Just like that. The silence stretches, heavy with everything unsaid. Then he stands, rounds the table, and offers his hand. I take it because refusing feels impossible. He leads me to the balcony. The city sprawls beneath us like a conquered territory. The wind whips my hair across my face. He brushes it away with fingers that tremble almost imperceptibly, and then he kisses me. Not gentle, not careful, like a man who's been starving and finally found water. His mouth claims mine with raw hunger, one hand tangling in my hair, the other pressing me against the glass railing until I feel the entire city watching. I kiss him back like I'm drowning and he's oxygen. My hands fist in his shirt, pulling him closer even though there's no space left between us. He tastes like wine and danger and something uniquely, terrifyingly Luca. When we break apart, we're both breathing like we've run miles. "Stay," he says against my lips. "Not for dinner. Not for show. Just stay." I should say no. I should run. Instead I whisper, "Okay." The next 3 months are a fever dream wrapped in velvet and violence. He moves me out of my moldy apartment the same week. Movers in black suits box my entire life in 4 hours while I'm at the hospital with Mom. When I come home, my key doesn't work anymore. Marco is waiting with a new address and a key card that opens a sleek 2-bedroom in a building with 24/7 security and a doorman who salutes. "Your space," Luca says. "If you ever need distance." I never use the second bedroom. Mom gets transferred to a private suite at Mercy General, the best oncologist in the country. Experimental treatments, round-the-clock nursing. The first time I visit and see her sitting up, color in her cheeks, laughing at something on TV. I cry in the hallway until my legs give out. Luca finds me there, kneels in his $5,000 suit, and holds me while I sob into his shoulder. Every man who ever looked at me twice disappears from the Velvet Room. Marcus sends one apologetic text, and then blocks me. The investment banker, the artist, the sweet med student who used to bring me coffee gone.
I don't ask how.
I already know. Luca cooks for me 4 nights a week, barefoot in his kitchen, sleeves rolled, teaching me to make risotto the way his nonna did in Calabria, cursing in rapid Italian when I add too much stock at once. He laughs when I burn garlic, kisses the tip of my nose, and starts over. He never raises his voice, never loses patience, just watches me with that terrifying intensity that says I'm his entire world now, and I fall.
Hard.
Irreversibly. Until the night Isabel's father tries to kill us. We're supposed to take the usual route home from dinner. Luca's paranoia saves us. He changes cars last minute. The Mercedes we were meant to be in explodes in an orange fireball that lights up the financial district at 2:14 a.m. The news calls it gang-related. I call it Tuesday. Luca comes home at dawn with blood on his cuffs and murder in his eyes. It's handled, he says, voice flat. Rossini won't bother us again. I don't ask questions. I just run the shower scalding hot and wash someone else's life off his skin while he stands under the spray like a statue carved from grief and rage. Later, wrapped in his arms in the dark, I whisper, "Was it worth it?" He presses his lips to my temple. "You are worth everything." And I believe him, because in the end, Luca Valeni didn't just buy me, he rebuilt my entire world around himself, brick by brick, until there was no version of my life that didn't include him, and I let him, because sometimes the monster doesn't drag you into the dark. Sometimes he builds you a palace there, and you choose to stay. 6 months after the bomb that was meant for us, on the anniversary of the night that changed everything, Luca blindfolds me with one of his silk ties and drives me through the city in silence.
My heart is racing.
He's been secretive all week. Late-night calls in Italian, extra security, that dangerous calm that means something big is coming. When the car finally stops and he removes the blindfold, I'm standing in front of Le Velvet Room. Except it's not Le Velvet Room anymore. The old neon sign is gone. In its place, elegant gold lettering on black marble. Sophia me name. He bought it. Renovated it. Kept the amber lights I loved. Replaced the sticky floors with Italian marble. The scarred tables with dark walnut, the cheap bar stools with velvet banquettes. It's still intimate, still warm, but now it breathes money and protection and him. The staff, my old staff, are all here, dressed in crisp black, beaming like they've been waiting for this moment. Jenny, now general manager, rushes over and hugs me so hard, I can't breathe. Marcus is back too, sheepish and forgiven, holding a ridiculous bouquet of white roses and looking like he might cry. Luca leads me through the crowd to the exact spot where he first spoke to me, the corner of the bar where he asked why I was smiling at another man. The room falls silent. Even the music fades. Everyone knows what's coming. He drops to one knee. The ring box is black velvet, small, perfect. Inside, a single flawless diamond, simple and radiant. Nothing like the ostentatious rocks I've seen on other women in his world. "Sophia," he says, voice low but carrying to every corner of the room, "I want you to have choices. You can run this place, burn it down, start something completely new, anything your heart desires. I'll back you always. But first," he opens the box fully. "Marry me. Not because you need me. Not because I bought your mother's life or your safety. Marry me because you want me. Because we've built something real from the ashes of both our lives. Because I am a better man when I'm yours, and I want to spend the rest of my days proving it." I'm crying before he finishes. Ugly, happy tears that ruin my makeup and make Jenny sob behind me. "Yes," I whisper, then louder, laughing through tears. "Yes, Luca Valeni, I will marry you." He slides the ring on my finger, perfect fit, of course, and stands, pulling me into a kiss that feels like a vow sealed in fire. The entire bar erupts. Champagne corks pop. Someone starts playing our song, the one he played the first night he cooked for me. I'm spun from embrace to embrace. Mom in her wheelchair, radiant and healthy for the first time in years. Luca's sister Valentina, flown in from Milan, whispering that she's never seen her brother this happy. Even Marco, stoic Marco, has tears in his eyes. We marry quietly 3 months later, in a small chapel on the coast of Amalfi. Just family, and the people who matter. My mother walks me down the aisle herself, no wheelchair this time, leaning on my arm but strong enough to smile the whole way. Luca waits at the altar in a charcoal suit, eyes shining suspiciously bright, and when the priest says, "You may kiss the bride," he kisses me like he's claiming me all over again, in front of God and everyone. A year after that, I'm pregnant. Luca builds an empire that's legitimate on paper, real estate, shipping, restaurants, and lethal underneath when it needs to be. But he comes home every single night. He cooks barefoot in our kitchen, rubs my swollen feet, whispers Italian lullabies to the baby bump in a voice that still makes me shiver. He reads baby books in 3 languages and argues with the obstetrician about security protocols for the delivery room like it's a military operation. Sometimes the past knocks, a rival who forgets his place, an old debt, a ghost from before I existed in his world. He handles it. I never ask details. I just know that when he comes home with shadows in his eyes, I hold him until they fade. Because Luca Valeni decided I was his the moment he saw me smile at another man, and I decided he was mine the moment he proved he would burn the world down before letting anyone take me from him. We're not a fairy tale. We're the dark, twisted, beautiful truth that sometimes the monster walks into your life wearing a perfect suit, sees the broken pieces no one else bothered to notice, and decides to rebuild your entire world around himself. And sometimes, against every ounce of logic and self-preservation, you let him. Because together we are unstoppable, and forever, for us, has never sounded so perfectly, dangerously right.